Alright, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
It is the 2 Cents You Call It's podcast, episode deuce.
Shout out to the deuces. Shout out to the deuce.
For real.
Episode 2 out here.
Yeah, I am your host, X, and I'm here with my friend, my co-host, my motherfucking brother.
Shout
Dub.
out. What's up, everybody? This is Dub. We coming again on episode 2. Hope y'all enjoyed episode 1 as much as we enjoyed recording episode 1.
All right, y'all. So I told y'all it's gonna be happy hour with us. So we're gonna go ahead and pour up for y'all, and y'all do the same. Get your glass of whatever.
So X, what I you know me, it's whiskey over here. I went and picked up a new whiskey that I haven't tried before. It's Lone Hand whiskey, 40%. Haven't tasted it yet, so you know we gonna start out drinking, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. Probably about mid-show.
Ginger ale again to take the toast.
Take the toast off. Yes,
Okay.
ginger ale again.
Awesome.
What you drinking over there?
I am drinking a concoction, which I call the Alex.
So, all right. So we about to get into this. So let me tell y'all, X is he names. He has specialty drinks that he names after toxic relationships.
I'm not gonna say it's toxic. Let's not say it's toxic. It's just women that broke my heart at one point in time.
Y'all know we talked about toxicity last time. You know, X likes to stay in a toxic relationship, so he names these drinks after the most toxic ones.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's not do
So
that.
so what's in the Alex?
So the Alex consists of. I don't know if I want to give them a free shout out because last week people were saying it was giving too many shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
That weren't free.
So it's a mixture of what?
It's a mixture of a apple whiskey and apple vodka and a splash of ginger ale or Sprite, whichever you prefer. And no, it's a lie about beer before liquor or not mixing your liquor. You can mix this shit. You can mix it. I'm telling you, you can mix it.
Yeah. So we over here.
Limits.
We over here mixing tonight. So let's go ahead and get the elephant out the room. This week we are recording at X's spot, and let me tell y'all.
The spot.
No. So let me tell y'all.
The motherfucking spot.
If y'all listen to last episode, y'all know that X is a hoarder. So every time I come over here, I don't have nowhere to sit, y'all.
I am not a hoarder.
He's a hoarder.
Not a hoarder. So the way I figured it is, if I keep a couple of pieces of clothing or a piece of paper on the chair, I can't invite people over, so I can't get myself in trouble with the women folk. That's how I see it.
So
at least.
Okay. Well, you could at least have somewhere for somebody to sit if they come.
You can sit. Just put some shit over. Y'all done did it before. I'll sleep in a bed full of clothes.
So let me
in
tell
one
y'all.
spot.
We when I tell y'all we are the exact opposite when it comes to that. When X come over to my house, I'm telling you, as soon as somebody messed something up in my house, I gotta clean it up because I just needed set a certain way. But when we come over here, X is a hoarder, and all the shit that he hoards.
When I leave your house, I look like a fucking grizzly bear because Dakota B.
Don't talk about Dakota.
Did you see that video?
What video?
What is lady? She went outside to defend her dogs and pushed a bear.
Man, I did see that. So
I thought first person I thought about was why was gonna let Dakota get ate like a
let me tell you, because Dakota fucking with me. If she's stupid enough to be out there, by the way, Dakota is my dog.
It's not a baby, y'all.
Yeah, Dakota is my dog. But if she is stupid enough to be out there with the bear, I'm gonna be stupid enough to let her be out there with the bear. I'm sorry, but Dakota is gonna be
just gonna be got.
She gonna have to be. I can't say that I'm gonna defend her against a bear. Now I may pull out the pistol and fire a couple of warning shots, but I'm not going to push no bear off of a ledge. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So, how was the week though? How well? I guess let's talk about my week first. So
my week gets a little bit adventurous.
So actually, I'm always working, but Tuesday,
Still.
Yeah, it's okay.
Still.
It's okay, but I took it light this week. Tuesday, I actually took off. I just kind of chilled for the most part. Slept in, actually decided to go to the movies, which I haven't done
Okay.
probably in about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that
What'd
was
you
a
see?
good. I actually went to go see Cruella, which, if everybody's not for all the young folk out there, that's the villain from 101 Dalmatians, and I was like, yeah, this should be very nostalgic, and plus, so for me, I like to see origin stories of. Especially like sociopaths. For whatever reason, I like to see the backstory of a sociopath and see exactly how they ended up, where they ended up in life, or how they ended up to be the villain. But this, for me, man, I would, if I had to rate that movie, I would rate it probably a good 8.5 out of 10. Like
Really?
it was a really, really. I would actually watch it again. I would definitely watch it again.
Because I saw some things online, but I'm Christian. If anybody's wondering that, that some Christians were saying that it was some demonic symbols in it and stuff. But some people just go too far with that.
I can't say that I off the back just saw anything, even anything in regards to religion in the movie. But I am an Emma Stone fan. I like Emma Stone as an actress, and I think she played this role amazingly. So, yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for me.
So I don't want to spoil it. So what happened? Like a dog pushed her mama off the cliff or something like that?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go too much into.
I just took a while, I guess.
you basically just spoiled the movie.
Oh shit, my bad.
But
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But if you were thinking about going out to see it, for everyone that was a 101 Dalmatians fan, I definitely think that it was worth it. It's definitely worth the view. And I enjoyed myself. I like to take myself out to the movies every now and again. Sometimes you just got to do stuff for you.
Yeah. What else you do?
So everybody knows I'm a Marvel fan.
Okay.
Or if you don't know, I'm a very big Marvel fan. I was excited that we was gonna talk about it today, so I wore my Marvel shirt today. As Loki came out on what's today? Friday. Loki came out on Wednesday.
Okay.
So the first episode on Disney Plus, which shout
out to my ex, didn't change her password.
Bye.
Thank you. I love you.
As always, I think it's actually the first season, first episode, and as everything, I think it started off a little slow, but it does show promise, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it this season. Did you watch the first episode like I asked?
Yeah, I actually did. I did it today. I had a little break in my evening. Well, I guess you want to say it was the evening, but my work day. Got it off a little early, and I checked it out. Definitely was slow. I see the premise of it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I guess it has potential. It picks up. Where does it pick up? After
the first Avengers.
The first Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it picks up after the first, technically after the first Avengers, but it ties in with the last Avengers Endgame. Mm-hmm. You really gotta follow all of the movies all the way through to kind of get exactly where it picks up. So if you're not a huge Marvel fan, you this might not be the show for you. But for all my Marvel fans, we all know what's going on.
Yeah, to me, it seems like it's going to kind of set up like WandaVision. WandaVision was very slow in the beginning. I was like, why is everybody hyping this show up? But when I got to probably around episode 4,
it took off.
It took off, and I was like, okay, now. Matter of fact, shout out to Fred, Nick. He just had a post on Facebook saying he was down talking WandaVision. And then they start picking it up. He's like, I gotta apologize.
Yeah, because once you hit once you hit episode 3 or 4, they pretty much got you hooked. But yeah, that was so. As far as TV and movies, that was the week for me. One of my nephews, my youngest nephew, actually, he started preschool.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my sister, my sister has 3 boys. I have 3 nephews, and my brother has 2 girls. I have 2 nieces. And so my youngest nephew started preschool. He is 3 now. Okay. And it kind of made me laugh and smile at the same time because he is a ball of energy, and he already has a big personality. And so when my sister was telling me about it, she said, you know how kids when you take them to school for the first time, a lot of them cry or be attached to. Now he wasn't doing none of that. When he got there, he was like, "I own this shit."
I was definitely a titty baby growing up.
Yeah, he said, "Nah." He said, "Nah, I own this shit. I'm in here." So that teachers do, and let me tell you, technology is something these days because, like, my sister can actually log in and like watch the class. And
I know that because I was a father for a couple months.
Yeah, so technology has completely evolved. She's actually able to log in and watch the class. I'm like, see, that's helpful, for some of these parents out there that think that their child is the perfect angel or.
Yeah, I didn't need that because I was a little badass when I was younger. Just talking all the time.
I bet. I'm pretty sure.
Now I don't talk at all.
Yeah, well,
except when I'm talking shit.
Yeah, but no. So he started preschool. She said he did great. The first day I think they had like arts and crafts, and they were supposed to paint a cow, and he decided to paint the cow all black. I said,
okay.
He knows what he wants. He said that is a bull. He's not fucking with the cows. He
not doing none of that shit. Not down with the squirrel.
He said, nah, we gonna have an all black cow.
No heifers.
I said, well, that's him, man. That is definitely him.
That's dope, man. Just witnessing people grow up and stuff. Because I went to my brother's engagement party last week, and you just kind of get that sense of damn.
Getting old.
Life comes at you fast.
I feel like when we see stuff like that, it just kind of puts the stamp on it that we ain't young no more.
Yeah.
We like the cousins that we looked at when you was younger and you seen the cousins taking the cousin walk.
Yeah.
We those cousins now.
Y'all stay here. We the cousin that unplugged the PlayStation controller and let you just play with the shit and it's not plugged in. And you just really think he playing.
Yeah, I do that to my nephews all the time. But yeah, man, that was pretty much my week in a nutshell. Up until today, man, how was your week?
I definitely say so I work in an industry that's very boring. It's the same thing every day. So I just live my boring life. I actually went back into the office today because my vice president was concerned. One of my black coworkers, she thought I got fired because I hadn't showed up in like 3 weeks because I was working from home. But somebody caught that shit up in the office, and I wasn't gonna take no chances. So I went back in today.
Wait, did you tell your boss that you wasn't going back in after that? See, let me tell you about black folks. We the only people that can tell our boss what we not gonna do for the day.
So let me tell y'all this. Okay. My team got sent home, and we were all working from home. And working from home got to me. So I needed to go back into the office every couple of days just, to stop seeing these same four walls because I got this lonely-ass apartment because my family left me.
We gonna keep talking about that family, huh? Okay.
But so I go in every couple of days and stuff. So she hadn't seen me in a couple of weeks, so she was kind of concerned about me and stuff like that. Especially to my black folks, check on your mental health. It's nothing wrong with checking on it, going to talk to somebody. Just to throw that out there.
Definitely.
So she actually sent me a Teams message, and she was like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You okay?" and stuff. I was like, "Yeah, I'll be in there next week and stuff." So went in. Everybody's like, "Oh, we thought you left," and turns out that another black employee that I had, she left. So yeah.
So they just thought you up and quit. See, that'd be the thing too. Your coworkers, let me tell you, your coworkers really don't give a damn about you because they just thought you left. Ain't nobody called or text you.
Well, I think I'm like one of now I think two of black men at my company, well, in my office.
They was like, yes, he's out of this motherfucker.
And now I think it's maybe it's below 10 in my office of black people total.
Yeah, they said fuck affirmative action. We not with it.
But we got some of the top people in our office. So we had one director. Well, now we have one director that's black. and then we have another vice president that's black.
Okay, so we holding positions in there.
Yeah. I'll say this. I'm not gonna say my company's name because I don't need y'all calling them and trying to get me fired and shit. But we're very diverse in our office. Now, as far as the national exec board and stuff like that,
we already know what that looks like.
Y'all do this experiment. Look up your company and look at the board of directors and the executive team for the national thing and see how many minorities y'all see on there.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of Brads and Olivers and Peters.
Yes.
Up at the top. Like, ain't none of them gonna look like you.
And if they can get black women, they be like, we hit two credentials.
Yeah. Nah, they might throw a Linda in there every now and again, but it's gonna be it ain't gonna be too many outside of the norm.
Yeah.
But what else you do this week?
That was pretty much it. Ended up going we actually ended up going to happy hour today.
We did.
We went to this is gonna be your last shout out, Kona Grill at North Park. Shout out to the North Side.
Yeah, so we actually we actually started off today before we started recording, drinking a little bit, and we actually had to set a limit.
Yeah.
When we got there, we said, okay, about a 2-drink limit because we didn't want to get a little too lit before we started drinking on the show.
So what you have at Kona?
I did a sake bomber.
Okay.
So yeah, you drop the sake inside of a glass of beer and you kind of chug it. So it's a drink that will hit you a little quick if you haven't done it before.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, but we had a guest to join us for happy hour and
definitely.
And it started some really good conversation.
Definitely. B. I'm just gonna say B because I don't want to put everybody's name out there. One of my good friends joined us. Her and Walt met at her birthday party a couple years ago. She came out. We hadn't seen each other in a while.
Because she be throwing you away.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing about having friends of the opposite sex. Once they get their boo or they settle down, they kind of kick you to the curb because significant others be thinking that y'all doing everything. But yeah, we saw each other and stuff. We had some pretty good conversations.
Yeah, she brought up a good. So she tried to put X down with one of her homegirl or a few of her homegirls.
It was only two.
At this point, a few of her homegirls, and she talked about one of them, which got us on the subject of. So go ahead and tell the story about that date that you went on.
Okay, so my first date, me and this lady we met at B's barbecue for one of our frat brothers. And initially I was looking at somebody else, but then somebody pointed me in this direction. So in my mind, the perception that I got was she was ready, she was down. So I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. But I'm guessing she wasn't down like that. So I was throwing off the vibes and stuff like that. So we went out. We were texting back and forth. And my conversation was sexual.
Explicit. Okay.
In some nature. But it wasn't like every two. Like, let me hit that shit and stuff like that. You just hitting some shit. Throw some hints out there and stuff like that. And eventually she told me I need to get some pussy. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is not what it is. But
she threw the hint out there that clearly it was not coming from her.
Yeah.
You just needed to get some.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, now you try to play me. So I friend zoned her after that, and we stopped speaking. Apparently she friend zoned me too.
It was definitely in that friend zone.
We stopped speaking. We came back, and we actually, terrible transition. I went to church with B. She happened to be at church again. And we got back cool and stuff, but at that point she was in the friend zone. I'm not sure if she was trying to rekindle a flame or something. And I just got the feeling like she was upset that I was moving too slow. But at that point I was like, oh, we can just be friends, because I definitely don't need the pussy. You know what Drake say? Pussy's only pussy, and I get it when I need it. And I didn't need it. I did shit. I wanted it because she had that thing.
All right.
Had that thing. But that was our date. And apparently she went back and told B, and B had comments for me, and I was like, oh shit.
But that wasn't so that wasn't the topic of discussion. I guess the other date was the topic of discussion, right?
Yeah. So okay. Another one of B's friends, or former friends now that I found out, I asked to go out on a date with her. Because
this is the few that she was talking about. She tried to queue up with because it was a couple.
Yeah, this is only 2.
Okay.
So it's a couple, but 2. I don't want y'all to get this through your head. I ain't out here hoeing around like that.
Oh, at you.
So we met. I was kind of feeling her at that point. So we go to a date. Apparently, I don't remember this because I've had too many Alexes and other girlfriends drink combinations, and I can't remember what the fuck happened. But we went to Penn Stacks. Apparently, I ate before the date.
You was hungry, huh?
Yeah, had to eat. With the Penn Stacks, she said my conversation was lacking.
Trash.
Yeah, trash. But let y'all know this. I am a terrible talker. I don't speak at all.
Communication is trash.
Yeah, well, it's not trash. I just don't talk a lot. Y'all wouldn't figure it out from the podcast, which is why I need Walt here. Matter of fact, brother, let me tell you something, man. Thank you for coming on this podcast, because it's definitely wouldn't be possible without you. Because you've had lunch with me, and it's times where I'll go silent for fucking 10 minutes and just be in thoughts.
This is true.
Or not even thought at all, and just be staring out the window. But I definitely appreciate you doing this with me. Excuse me. What I say? Doing me? Ooh,
doing with me.
Do it with me. Not doing me though. The sweet.
All right now.
My brothers will get that.
But yeah, no doubt. It's definitely episode 1 was a good one. I feel like it's been fun already. So yeah, I appreciate you going in and saying that you wanted to do the podcast. But yeah, on this first date, so you ate before.
Yeah, I ate before.
Yeah, I met at Penn Stacks. She said the conversation.
No. I picked her up and we drove to Penn Stacks.
Okay.
Let me tell you this though. I missed my exit, so it looks like I was doing something. I said, I promise I'm not trying to kidnap you. I promise I'm not. I just missed the exit.
She started grabbing on that handle. She made sure that the door was unlocked just in case she had to jump
I promise.
out.
I'm not a creep, y'all. I promise I'm not a creep. But yeah, so yeah, we ended up at Penn Stacks.
So she ate, obviously.
She ate. I sat down and had a drink.
And the conversation was trash.
I normally talk more when I drink.
Okay.
But when I picked her up, I just wasn't feeling it like that. I looked at it and I was like, maybe this is not the move and stuff. But she was beautiful and stuff. But I just said, I guess we just didn't mesh like that.
It wasn't a vibe.
Yeah. So I'll say that my conversation was trash because I was just kind of there. But we played Pac-Man and shot hoops and skee ball and shot dinosaurs and shit and all that. Matter of fact, Frat used to work at Penn Stacks.
Okay.
So he hooked me up with some cards.
You got a little hookup. Huh?
Yeah. Cheap date. Ladies, if you want to take me out on a date, I'm cheap. Very cheap.
So
4 for 4, 2 for 20.
So that got us into the conversation, and B was telling us that was a trash first date, and so we just got to talking about first dates, and she was saying, basically the first date you gotta bring your A game. It's not something that you just come into and say. First of all, you ate before the date.
Let me tell you something. Right now, I'm at when I weighed myself, I was 228. At that point in time, I'm pretty sure I was fucking 250, 260. And
you was hungry.
X wasn't waiting for shit. Let me get this first meal out the way, and then we can do whatever the fuck we want to do later on. And get this free meal.
Yeah, so let me pay for myself first, and then and then we can go out.
Ball out. I got it. Fuck it. Yeah. Lobster. Yeah.
So obviously that was a trash first date. So what? So in your mind, do you think that was a trash first date though, or do you think you actually you put in work for that date?
I think that it was a good friend date.
Okay.
But romantically, I definitely could have came harder with the conversation. But I think I was just at that point, I just wasn't feeling it and was trying to get through the date.
So what was the intention before? So when you set up, was the intention when you talked to B about it? Was the intention for y'all to date, or was the intention for y'all to just go out as friends, like just a casual date?
I think at that point in my life, I was approaching the rock bottom.
A whole out here.
I was approaching the MLK of my life. So I think I was just getting back out there. Matter of fact, no, because that was before the Alex. So I think I was just
a whole out here.
No, I wasn't a hoe. Because I don't even think, because that was after the first you need to get some pussy date. And before that. But I was good. But, I think I was just, I didn't know what I wanted. I think I was probably 26, 27 around that time.
Okay.
It takes a while for men to figure out what exactly they want. And a lot of times, you get that girl that's very pretty, but she just don't do it for you.
Yeah. Ain't nothing there.
Yeah. But she's a great girl. Here she's doing some big things out in Louisiana. Shout out to them L's.
But you from Dallas.
Shut your ass up. But I think it just wasn't there for me.
So what's a good first date look like?
To me, a good first date definitely entails just good conversation, which I'm trash at apparently, and just the vibe. I think you can go basically anywhere, whether it be just walking or just going to a restaurant and just having that good conversation, and you just got a vibe for that person, and that makes the good day, because once you got that chemistry, everything else just kind of flows
for sure
after that.
Yeah, I think a good first date for me was, number one, we gonna stay away from the movies, because that was like high school phase, right? You take girls to the movies because you ain't really got nothing else to do.
And you're trying to finger pop.
But
how old are y'all? Y'all know what that means. Finger popping. Finger popping on a handstand.
This man just said, "All right." Yeah, but I think the movies for a first date is definitely some high school joint. I think as an adult, a nice restaurant, or to me, I would like to do a nice outside venue.
Okay.
That way, it's not enclosed. It's not you can get up close and personal with the person you with, but you're not necessarily on top of anybody else, like in the next booth or the next table. I actually want to get a little bit of liquor flowing, because I need to know how you. I want to throw a couple of testers out there. I need to know how you handle yourself after a couple of drinks. You about to get a little belligerent, and then. As well, people are a little more open to definitely talk when the drinks start flowing. So, I want to have
2 cents you call it podcast.
2 cents you call it podcast. I just want to have a couple of drinks, but I think that'll be a nice little first date. Now, I think the elephant in the room is always who pays on the first date. Are you always paying first date?
In the relationships I've had, I've normally paid on first dates, and I continue to pay after that. Every once in a while, a girlfriend might be like, "Hey, let me treat you," and stuff like. Let me tell you, ladies, that shit is fucking amazing. I had
the sexiest shit ever.
I had one of my we weren't actually together per se with the title. Matter of fact, she has a drink named after her. This is called the Tatiana. We went to fucking CC's Pizza, and she paid for me. That shit got my motherfucking panties wet. I was like,
instant.
"Ooh shit, you gonna get it." What? Let me lick a toe or something in this motherfucker. But no, that shit is sexy. Just knowing that you don't have to, but you just want to. It goes a long way.
For sure.
It goes a long way.
For sure. And I'm kind of the same way, man. Ladies out there, chivalry is not dead.
It's not.
I'm definitely first date for sure. Definitely, definitely gonna pay. And we gonna do some nice stuff. When we was younger and wasn't really established that you was gonna get that Wendy's or that Taco Bell, but we
that 4 for 4. What's up? We gonna sit in this parking lot and just. That's a good date though.
Hey, let the windows down. Hey, we that's good time right there. But we gonna go somewhere nice these days. But I think that conversation actually meshed with our first You Call It that we got for the show.
Yes.
For those out there, if you don't know, we have a You Call It segment where you listeners out there, y'all can submit questions to either under our comments on YouTube or our Instagram, and you can submit a topic that you want us to hit on. So what was this week's You Call It?
This week's You Call It is basically who's off limits.
Who's off limits?
So it read, when and can you talk to your ex's friend?
Okay, so can you talk to it? Okay, so let's tackle this from a friend to friend thing first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you talk
to your friend's ex?
To your friend's ex?
Well, with me, like I've told you before, I basically I had 3 exes that were like off limits to my friends just because of what me and that ex went through. Everybody else that I've dated, talked to, had relations with, that's fair game.
So those were basically your 3 most important relationships. Are those 3, when we talk about communication, is that platonically and as a relationship, or is it off limits altogether?
Nah. I definitely don't want to end any friendships. I don't want to block anybody's blessing if it happens. But I think if it's one of those 3, I definitely need to have a conversation. So if you say you wanted to talk to one of my exes that I said was off limits, I would definitely want to have that conversation. And you tell me, or you ask me if that's cool, and then I give you the blessing on it. But I think it's pretty selfish to say I dated somebody in high school, and it's been 20 years, and we don't speak, we don't talk. I'm kind of over them, but just because I dated them, you can't ever talk to them.
Now I'm out on that shit. I feel like that's bro code 101. You know what I'm saying? Any of my exes, don't you dare, motherfucker. Don't you even. I don't want your phone number to even dial the 2 in the 214.
So you can't be friends or anything.
Hell, it depends. That's the depend. Them 3 relationships, them 3 serious relationships that you had. Nah,
I'd give you permission.
Yeah, and I get it. Yeah, I get it.
You spoke on that earlier at happy hour.
We talked about it, but
it's like yes, go see her.
Yeah,
and put me down again.
And put. That's and
pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone, baby. We gonna but that's and so we talked about that too. That even goes to family. So when you break up, you have a serious relationship. I'm not talking about one of these hookups. I'm talking about it's a serious relationship. Y'all dated for years. Y'all had that connection. Is family off limits now? Because when married people get divorced, they be like, "Oh no, you divorced me, bitch. You divorced my whole family." Like,
I have a bad habit of falling in love with mothers and mothers loving me.
Okay.
So it used to be a point in time where I would drop off Mother Day.
Mother Day.
Mothers, you know what the fuck I meant. Mother's Day. Let me tell y'all something. I'm from Monroe, Louisiana originally, and I've been drinking.
From Dallas, Texas.
So if my accent comes out a little bit, and you can't fully understand what I'm saying, and it starts sounding like I'm.
I'm not. I'm pulling your card. It's a difference between mother and mothers. You just didn't
fuck
put
you.
that.
Well, this is the thing, man. I'm tongue tied.
This is true.
It's a medical condition where I don't know what the medical term for the little bullshit that's underneath the little line that's underneath your tongue is too far forward. So I be mumbling my shit. So everybody, I turned my mic up this week because y'all said I was trying to get my radio voice on, and you couldn't hear what I was saying. But a lot of times I don't want you to hear what I'm saying because I'm saying some slick shit.
So back to Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Mother's Day, I was sitting. I would still drop off cards to my ex's mothers and stuff like that, just because we had that relationship. My ex, I think she's still in communication. I say communication with my mother, just because they've led similar lives. And I told her, yeah, that's cool. So I mean, you can't help who you friends with.
I'm gonna be selfish. No, you can't talk to my mama. I'm telling my mama don't talk to you. No.
Wow.
No, you can't. Don't. Listen. Especially if you decided that you was the one that wanted to end this relationship, you can't talk to nobody that I know. Everybody at this point, everybody that I know that you know that I know is off.
It's off
no,
limits.
yeah, no communication. We out of there.
Okay. All right, let me bring it to you on this end. And shout out to your cousin, because she got upset because I was coming home to everybody, but her. But her. Okay. So me and Walt Cousins have a Kyle Barker
Maxine
Shaw relationship.
Living single.
Where we flirt and then we hate each other. Is family off limits in that sense?
Is family off? As far as you, if you ever wanted to talk to one of my cousins,
yes.
No. I mean, y'all grown people. It is what it is. I think at the end of the day, I know you ain't shit, but they gonna find.
They gonna find out they stuff. See, so with me growing. So Watt already knows that I think that his cousin's attractive. I've already spoke to him. Matter of fact, when I met him. When I met her, I asked Walt if that was his potential, and he was like, "No, that's my cousin." I was like, "Oh, okay."
By the way, I definitely have a beautiful family.
He does.
No, yeah,
he does. I'm not gonna hate and stuff. Me myself, I have a beautiful family as well. Growing up with an attractive sister, she's married, so fuck you if you think about sliding in my damn DMs trying to find my sister. Growing up, I had homeboys always make mention to that. Definitely, matter of fact, my profile would always make jokes about that. But she's older than me, and I said to myself, I couldn't be mad at somebody trying to do with my sister what I was trying to do to somebody else's sister.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
but as long as it's respectful and you don't disrespect.
Oh, for sure, because I will whoop your ass behind that one. That's off top.
Be tumbling in this bitch.
that's off top. Anybody mess with that one, I'm whooping ass.
Yeah.
It's off top.
So, Dre, you hear that? I'm coming home.
So
that was your shout out.
So
yeah.
now you coming home. But yeah, so we they said, friends off date. So we talked about is it off date to date them as well as being friends with them. So you saying that if it's one of those three, definitely no date, obviously.
I wouldn't. No dating at this point.
Okay.
I think eventually I would get over it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's the idea of once mine, always mine.
Right, but as far as getting over it, we talked about soul ties too. So does that come into play, especially with somebody that you feel like may at some point you may have been in love with? Mm-hmm. Does that change the game?
So I actually had this conversation earlier this week.
Okay.
With one of my friends. I'm actually supposed to go do a friend date with her tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I think she has some other obligations, so we're gonna play it by ear. But anyways, soul ties. Me personally, I don't think soul ties exist in everybody.
Okay.
She thinks that everybody that you have relations with, sexual relations with, exactly, you create a soul tie with.
Okay.
Me being a hoe in my former life.
And by former, we mean a couple of months ago.
No. Let me tell you, I'm celibate now. Yeah. But I've had relations with women, and it just didn't mean anything to me. And I didn't form. I don't think that I formed a soul tie to them. I definitely believe that I had a soul tie to my father, that left me yearning for that approval, and that acceptance and that praise. So I put my heart and soul into pleasing these women, through my through my extra member, my extension of myself, and getting that praise made me feel good. I didn't even have to nut, It could have been just being like, "Oh, you're satisfied. Oh, you fall in love with me, or you."
So, do you think that differs between men and women? Do you think it's possible for a woman to do that?
See, because when we were talking to B earlier, she was saying women just aren't built that way.
Right.
They try to, and they put on that front like they don't care, or they can be just as savage. I think that's the word that they use now.
Yeah.
As a man, me personally, I don't think that women are built that way. I talked to my mom. She told me that men are more logical, women are more emotional. And that's not saying that women are dumb and they can't think for themselves, but I think it's just in our DNA with women being more nurturing, men being okay. This is this. This is this. A lot of times they say men are dumb because we're very simple. We're very visual, and I know a lot of men just step out on their relationship just because they just have the physical need to do it, but it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, so you feel like a woman, or not a woman, because that's generalizing every woman in the world, right? But most women, if it goes to that level, you think that's a soul tie or a connection is, I guess, more strong in a woman than it is for a man.
I'll say yes, in a sense, because I think morally women are a lot better than men.
I agree. I would have to agree with that.
We're just, I think there's, especially with black men, we weren't raised to be emotional. It was just, stop crying and what you doing all this for? What you doing all this for? Right. So we built that wall in our community. Let me tell you something. We're probably gonna go over an hour, but I'm definitely digging this episode
for sure.
And this is just our friendship right now. So I'm with it, and I think the fans are with it too, because they definitely was feeling the last episode. What kind of reviews did you get on the last episode?
I got some pretty good ones. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, I think for sure as a community we do raise our young black men to not be emotional, to not show, because we look at emotion as weakness, right?
Yeah.
And we feel like if somebody can, hit a nerve or get a rise or a response out of you, then it's looked at as a weakness, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we take that into our relationships, and we
definitely,
we sometimes as men we try to either act like it doesn't affect us. We'll act nonchalant,
definitely,
and which ends up hurting the communication, because we can say,
I would know about that.
Yeah,
terrible communication.
It's easier for us to cut it off than to talk about it, because if we have to talk about it, then we have to show that emotion. We have to show that weakness that we call it, quote unquote, that you got to us. So I think, and you mentioned it earlier as far as mental health, I think that goes hand in hand with that. I think that goes along with, in our community, we need to start doing a better job at being able to talk about situations. And, me and you do that all the time. We talk about things that have affected us. We try to get to the root of why. We think the way we think. Definitely. Sometimes.
I tell you, you can come over and lay on my couch anytime and I'll give you some counseling from somebody else that's fucked up.
For sure. But I think when we talk about that and when we talk about soul ties, I do agree with you. I think sometimes we as men, it does affect us, almost as much. We just don't let that part of a show.
Yeah. And speaking of talking to somebody, shout out to
another shout out.
Shout out to Kyle and his wife, man. I laid on
that couch.
On that couch. She let me know some things, and I actually ended up going back to a book that I actually tried to give my ex, but I needed to finish for my damn self, and that's where I spent a lot of time over the pandemic, learning what emotional strongholds I had over myself, and learning how to let those things go. Just look inside. When you look inside, you tend to find some things that you didn't know were there, and then out of nowhere you just be like, "Damn, okay, that's what that was." Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and we talked about it last episode. I think you can't. When we were talking about being able to take advice and being able to take constructive criticism, you can't ever get to the point to where you feel like you can't be told anything, or you can't get to the point to where you can't look in the mirror and say, man, this is a trend that I have. This is something that is plaguing me. This is something that has come up multiple times. At some point in time, I have to deal with it.
Definitely.
Or at some point in time, I have to accept it, because at the end of the day, sometimes, you're not continuously dealing with something. Sometimes you just accept the fact that it is what it is and you move on.
Yeah.
But you have to be open to looking inward, and you have to be open to talking to people about it and taking constructive criticism to be able to move, to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. So, did you send my money?
So that was the other part of the week.
Yeah, that's my other part of the week. So those who don't know me, I am a Trailblazers fan.
Okay, so let's break this down. Portland Trailblazers, NBA team, right? This motherfucker has never been to Portland. Portland, Oregon.
Alex been to Portland.
What does that have to do with you?
Because I was talking to him last year.
What again?
All right, so this is how I became a Portland Trailblazers fan. NBA 2K came out it came out on.
This is a game, by the way.
September 9th.
A video game.
1999. I remember this. The Dreamcast. I ended up playing with Portland all the time, and I was like, that's my team from now on.
On the video game.
So now I'm a Portland Trailblazers fan. Have been since 99.
From the video game.
Have been since 1999. And then once, fuck you all, once the Supersonics moved to, no, I'm giving my stuff. Once the Bobcats moved to New Orleans and became the Pelicans, I started rooting for them because they're the hometown team.
Let me tell y'all.
The home state team. So I root for them. But my primary team is the Portland Trailblazers.
Let me tell y'all, this the only motherfucker I know that has multiple teams for every single sport.
Let me tell you something.
Now, no, I don't want to hear it, because like I already told y'all on the last episode, it's easy to know where my affiliation with the sports teams that I'm a fan of come from. I am a hometown boy. I like the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, and the Dallas Stars.
Trash.
Because all of them are from Dallas.
Well, now, I root for Dallas Stars. I root for the Texas Rangers. Cowboys, I would never root for.
Because you got two teams.
Mavericks, I would never root for.
Because you got two teams.
So?
Anyway.
But I stick with them two teams.
So, yes.
During the down years and the up years.
Yes, I did owe X $40 because we bet on two different
Yes.
NBA series that I lost.
Yeah. So I was feeling down because Portland lost to the Nuggets
And
in the
they
first
lost.
round.
They lost well before we did.
They lost one game before y'all. They lost in 6. Dallas lost in 7.
It's okay. We were still watching basketball.
So,
Wow.
but my week got better because the LA Lakers lost. King James went home. And I know that bothers Walt because he's a witness.
It's okay.
He witnesses greatness. And the Mavericks lost in 7 to the Clippers. But also this week, Julio Jones got signed to the Titans. So for those who are wondering why I have 2 NFL teams, I am a Titans fan.
Never been to Tennessee.
I have been to Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Nashville, matter of fact, motherfucker. And I also root for the home state team, the Saints.
He from Dallas.
I'm not from Dallas. Let me tell you again, nobody from Louisiana will ever tell you, no matter how long, I can be here for 100 years, and I will never say I'm from Dallas.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Ever. I got cousins that were born in Dallas that say they're from Louisiana because they got them roots.
They confused.
You know what I make? I miss gumbo season. And you know I make some gumbo. I made some gumbo on my birthday.
All right, so back to the $40.
Shout out to B. She
$40.
$40.
She did miss your
so
birthday.
yeah, we bet on the Lakers series and we bet on the Mavericks series.
And I lost both of them.
He lost both.
I did.
Happy hour was on Walt today.
Happy hour was on me.
I ran that check up. What you need, an extra tip? $20 tip? Yes. It's for you.
Happy hour was on me, but I think sport that between the NBA and the NFL season, that brought us to the current event for this week, which was
all right. So there was a Virginia Tech freshman linebacker. I'm not sure if y'all know this story, but he met a woman online on Tinder,
quote unquote,
and this woman agreed to give him oral sex.
Fellatio.
The first time they met, and they met up and did just that. Second time, they agreed to go to her
quote unquote
home or apartment, and this is where he discovered that this was actually a man. I forgot his name, but he or she or whatever pronoun,
them.
yes, they went by Gigi. So he found out that this was a man. He ended up assaulting her, and ended up killing her. Now,
them,
her, him, one of them. Let me stop talking shit before we get canceled again.
Don't cancel us.
How far do I have to participate?
We don't know. We don't know the pronouns. Don't cancel us.
So, wow.
Off top, was he wrong? I mean, okay, obviously he was wrong for killing them.
Yeah. Murder is taking it a step too far.
Right.
But me, as a heterosexual male, I definitely would like to know that information
up front
before anything happens.
Yeah, you can't. It's no way around that. That is past lying. That is you catching hands. Like we're trading hands at this point.
So I don't know if him, her, them. I'll just say that I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't. Yeah, whatever they identified themselves as, had transitioned. I
don't think they
anything. I saw the obitual, the obituary picture, and it was a man. So I don't know if it was dark the first time that they met that he allowed this to happen. But definitely I would want to know that information.
Yeah, you getting because find out mid.
Yeah.
We taking off some clothes. You getting these skippity paps. It's gonna be a tussle.
Motherfucker. And stuff. So let me tell you. Well, let's just say this. Happy Pride Month. To everybody that's in that community. I would definitely say this: color, sexuality, or sexual preference is no reason to attack anybody.
For sure.
No reason to hate anybody. You can have your personal belief. Me personally, growing up Christianity, you learn that that's wrong. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to make you uncomfortable.
At the end of the day, you can be whatever you want. But when you dealing with somebody else and you have to bring somebody else into consideration, that is something that has to be upfront.
Yes,
or you gonna trade them hands.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I saw this when I read the story. I saw this in a lot of the comments. Would you consider not disclosing that you were a man or a woman raped?
Would repeat that.
So, say that you met a transgender woman that was naturally born a man. She didn't disclose this.
Oh, you mean would you go public after that and say?
Well, no. She just didn't disclose this with you. And y'all ended up having relations. But if you known that she was a natural born man, you wouldn't have relations with her.
Right.
Would that be considered
rape? Yeah. Or, would you saying would you go public after that? Would you basically?
Well, just in general, would you consider that rape? Going public with it, I don't know if I would go public with it because I don't know if I want that information out there.
How do you consider it? Well, you should find out well before.
Well, in this case, it was just oral sex.
Yeah, but I mean,
he wasn't digging around for pool balls and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't.
Again, please don't try to cancel us. We don't have shit to do anyway. But we only got 100 followers on Instagram.
Right. But I don't. Can you consider that? Do you consider that rape? Is it?
Well, I mean, it's
coercion.
Coercion.
Let
me tell you something.
I don't think that's the right word.
I am feeling. Well, I mean, technically it is because you're telling somebody a lie, to get them to do something with you, if they had known the truth.
Yeah.
So I can see.
You know what? We will let the followers. If you listening out there on YouTube, tell us your thoughts on it.
Hashtag it 2 cents.
Yeah. Hashtag your two. This is your 2 cents. Because I don't know. I don't know if you can consider that rape. If that's I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's speaking from a penal code perspective. I don't even know if that's. Something that you can say, oh, I'm charging, or I'm going to sue this person, or I'm going to press charges on this person for. I don't even know if
that's false advertisement.
It's definitely false advertisement. it definitely classifies as false advertisement. You done advertise the taco when you got a hot link. It's definitely false.
Dead. Motherfucking dead.
It's definitely false advertisement. But yeah, for everybody out there that's listening and you made it this far with us, please comment and let us know, what you think about it. And also, submit you call it. You can submit a topic that we will, cover on a future episode. So definitely submit that. But it looks like we might be coming to the close. We might be coming to the end.
Yeah, let me tell you something. We rounded it up pretty good.
Yeah.
Definitely, brother. I enjoy doing this podcast with you.
For sure.
I look forward to doing more episodes with you. We're gonna try to do these we're gonna try to drop them every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
At what we say 1:00.
1:00.
1:00.
So yeah, if you are out there and you listening with us and you are enjoying Happy Hour with us, please make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment for us. We want to hear from everybody that's talking to. I mean, everybody that's listening to us. We definitely want to hear what you think out there. At the end of the day, you can agree with us, you can disagree with us. You can really do whatever the fuck you want to do, but
fuck you.
but that's just our 2 cents on everything, man. We hope y'all enjoy and join us next week for another episode.
Definitely. All right, man. We love y'all.
Y'all have a good one.